Hello, this is Ms. DB. In this video, I want to go over how to use the Gizmo for adding and subtracting integers. Now, the directions for how to log in to Explore Learning the Gizmos is at the bottom of the folder, so you can follow those directions, and this is the one we're going to be using here. This is not required to do the worksheet, but you might want to use the Gizmo even just for working on the other worksheets in this folder, the adding integers and the subtracting integers. So I wanted to show you how it worked. And this worksheet here it has part on adding and it has part on subtracting. It's just extra credit. You don't have to fill anything out on this worksheet unless you want to. So the way the Gizmo works is the first integer is in red, and you can slide the slider to change it, or you can enter in a number and it'll move that dot to right there. It'll take the red arrow and it'll move over to there. The second number, so for addition, because I have selected add integers, it will add your two numbers together and the result will be shown up as this purple dot and line. So there's the first integer is the red, and the blue integer is the second integer is the blue. So if you want to do some of the problems on here, they are similar to and some of them are exactly the same as the worksheets on your adding integers. So let's pretend that this is the adding integers worksheet because some of the problems are the same. It says, let's do, the first integer should be 4. And the second integer should be 3. And let's look at how that looks on here. You have to click to make it actually apply it. So the red arrow is 4 units long. And again, you don't have to fill out this worksheet. It's just talking about what it's showing. And the blue arrow is 1, 2, 3 arrows, or 3 units long. And they are both going to the right. See how they're both pointing to the right? That's because they're positive numbers. And 4 plus 3, we already knew it was 7, but you could also tell it from the Gizmo. So using the Gizmo might be a good way to check your work when you do the worksheet. Now it says set the value of the first integer to -4. So that's different. Now we're going to be working with some negative numbers. Now look what happened. The red arrow points to the left now. So now it is going to the left. The blue arrow didn't change except that it's starting at a different point. And now it says what is -4 plus 3? We can tell now that it's -1. So let's look at what happened here. We started with -4. So the red arrow starts at 0, and then it moves 4 to the left. Then from that point, adding 3 is moving it back to the right 3 units. So we ended up at -1. We didn't make it past 0. We ended up at -1. How about this one? What if the first integer is 3, positive 3, and the second integer is -4? So a positive 3 moves it to the right, starting at 0 again, moves it to the right 1, 2, 3 units. And then from that point, we would go backwards to the left 1, 2, 3, 4 units. So that's what adding integers is. If it's a negative, you go to the left. If it's a positive, you go to the right. And then you figure out where you end up from that. Let's look at one more. -8 plus -7. What if they're both negative? Remember the first one we looked at, they were both positive. I want to show that something like that again. If they're both positive, you move to the right, and then you move more to the right. What if they're both negative? -8 and -7. If they're both negative, you move to the left, and then you go even farther to the left. So look at that. We started at -8, so we start at 0 and we move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to the left. And then if we're adding -7, we go even farther to the left. This is like if it's, if you have really cold water and you add ice to it and make it even colder, it's kind of like that. And then there's some more problems to practice. So you can use the Gizmo even when you're doing your worksheet to practice on the adding integers. Now you should do the adding integers first, but there is a section on here for subtracting integers too. And when you get to that part, you will subtract the integers, and then you'll get some different results when you do that. I think I'll make another video for subtracting. Thanks very much and have a great day.